Hello everybody, welcome back to Herbie's Garage. Today I'm working on my 1978 Kawasaki KL250 and I'm going to show you what I did to my exhaust, and today's video is basically going to be about cleaning my gas tank. I want to get that ready so I can maybe take it for a ride and see how it does, see if the smoke clears up because the engine is smoking a little bit. I'm going to see about maybe running some seafoam through it, maybe get some of the carbon out of it and maybe free up the rings. I don't know. We'll see. But I wanted to show you the old exhaust that I cut off of it. It was in pretty bad shape. That had a patch over it. Now it's got big rust holes in it. So it was in bad shape. This right here's got a patch on it. Patch there. Patch here. Patch here. Here, back here, on top of here. It's just patched all over the place. The thing is shot. So I ended up cutting it off and building my own. Now I'm going to show you what I did here. I think it turned out pretty good, actually. Instead of going behind the shock, I'm going on the outside of the shock, which is not going to hurt anything. My skid plate went back on good. You can see the old exhaust here in comparison. You can see the old exhaust there in comparison. That's the way it used to go, like that. So it's real similar. But what I did is I used the original head pipe, and then I welded it, a piece of pipe from there to there, another piece of pipe from here to here, and then of course this come with a reducer collar, and then I put a new muffler on it. This pipe right here is the original Japanese pipe. From here to here, this pipe in here came off of a USA made Harley Davidson. From here to here, this pipe came off of a Bashan Bra's Chinese bike, and of course it's got a Chinese muffler. So this is a multinational exhaust right here, fellas. But I ran into a little bit of a problem, and that was on my heat shield that I put on here. You could see all the scuff marks where it was painted and the bolt. Whenever I went to kickstart it, the kickstarter rubbed on it. And you can see now, don't have a lot of clearance, but I have enough that I could go down without hitting it anymore. But when I first put it on there, it rubbed really hard right there. So I had to take care of that. You know, anytime you do fabrication, you always got to do some touch-ups. And up here, I needed a little filler to go from here to here. Didn't really have any good heavy-duty pipe, so I had to sacrifice a socket. And it works great. Fit in there perfectly, and it's right at the right angle and everything. You can see from the back. I think it turned out really nice. There's room under the turn signal. Right in here was where I was kind of concerned about where the shock's at, and it does have room there too. So I put a bracket, welded a bracket on it here for support. And of course it's got the support up there, and it's got the two studs up there. So it's got the exact same support as the original exhaust. And I mean, it's on there. There's no way that's coming loose. So that turned out really nice. The next time, probably the next video, I'll go ahead and start it up. I don't have any gas available right now to me, so I'm not going to start it up now. This video is more about the gas tank, so let's get started on that. Okay, here's the gas tank. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take the cap off and I'm going to dump all the gas out of it. We'll see what it looks like in there. Well, it doesn't look too bad. It looks kind of varnishy looking. But at least it's liquid. That's the main thing. It kind of smells like gas. A little bit. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Petcock off of it, and I've got my ultrasonic cleaner over here warming up, and we're going to throw that in the ultrasonic cleaner. This would probably be good for starting fire with my wood. I mean, dispose of it properly, like you're supposed to. Okay, I think that's about all of it. Now, let's get this out of the way. Okay, let's go ahead and take his Petcock out of here. Looks like it's a couple of 10mm. Yeah, it's pretty gunked up. I might have to find something to cover that so I can fill this with some cleaner. And that O-ring, I'm going to have to try to take that O-ring out, and I may disassemble this a little bit. Let's take this bowl off the bottom of it. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's full of stuff. What I'm going to do, sand and gravel. I imagine this will pull off, but I'm not going to pull it because it might disintegrate. I think what I'm going to do, yeah, I can't even turn it. I'm just going to put it in the ultrasonic cleaner just like this. I'm going to have to take off gaskets, this one especially. Let's see if we can get this gasket out of here without tearing it up too much. It still feels like it's usable. So we're going to throw this in here just like this into our basket. This little piece here, I guess we'll just set that in there, it won't fall through. I've got my mean green and vinegar solution in there, and I've got the heater turned on and warming up, so I'm just going to dump that in there like that. Close the lid. You know what? I'm going to have to be careful of this. I don't want to take, well, maybe that seal will come off pretty easily. Let me see. Feels like it's kind of loose in there. Ooh, that's not in the best of shape. Wow. Hope I don't tear that thing completely up. May have to see about getting another one or do something, because that one there is not going to hold much longer. But let's go ahead and drop this in there as well. Yeah, might as well throw the bolts in there. What the heck? And we'll set the Turn this on. Got it set for 30 minutes, and we'll just let that thing run. Okay, it took a little bit to do. I had to figure out some way to seal that opening, so I had a Bondo body putty squeegee thing, and I cut a piece out of it, drilled a couple holes in it, put some washers in it, and some RTV around it to try to seal it. And so far it looks like it's sealing. So I'll show you the inside of the tank. I mean, it's not awful, it just looks like it's dirty. I don't see a whole lot of rust right off the bat, but it's definitely really dirty. So we're going to be using a good old mean green in it. This will make it a little bit easier to pour in there. Okay, I got my mean green down in there. I'm going to throw a handful of nuts down in there. I counted them. I have 20 nuts. And I'm going to be swishing it around, trying to break all that loose in there. Let me pull my cap out. Boy, that ultrasonic cleaner does a good job. It's only been in there for a couple minutes. It's already working. I'll put it back in there a little bit longer, but for now, I'm going to put the cap on it. Put the seal back on it. Put the cap on it. And that way I can try to run those nuts around in there. Looks like my little patch is holding in there. You can see this tank doesn't have any rust on the bottom side of it. It's in great shape. I gotta clean the mud off of it, but it's really in good shape. Got a little bit of a dent in this side. I tried to pull some of it out, but I'm not gonna worry about it. It's just too hard to come out. I'll end up having to repaint the tank if I keep going with it. I think it's okay. Okay, I'm just going to leave that sit for a while. I'm going to come back and shake it every once in a while. I'm going to clean it up really good, and we'll see how it ends up looking. Right now, as you can see, it's starting to clean it off already. I'm going to do this a little bit, and I'll get back to you. You probably won't see the time frame there, but I'll edit it out. But I'll show you what it'll look like after a little bit of time. Okay, this is done for the first cycle. Let's see what it looks like. It's nice and warm in here. Yeah, I need to run that through some more. I'll have to try to scrape some of that out. Yeah, looks like that needs a little bit of attention still. Let's see if this will move. I'd like to get this to turn. Okay, I'm gonna have to run this through another cycle. Looks like this screen is shot anyway. I may have to get another Petcock. Looks like the top of this is rusted off. I don't like that. That's the reserve. This is the regular that it runs through, and the screen's all boogered up, as you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you can see that. So I'm gonna go ahead and order another Petcock for it. I don't think they're that expensive, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this thing go for another cycle and let it clean again. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes or so. Let's see if it's made any difference at all. Oh my, I think that looks a lot better. It's pretty good in there. I think all it needs is a good cleaning, so I'm gonna leave this sit. And I'm gonna be doing some more shaking and cleaning, and then I'm gonna rinse this out good with water. Then I'll probably give it a good coating of WD to WD-40 to clean the rest of it off and flush out any of the water or anything like that. And then I'll put it on, put some gas in it, and we'll give it a shot. Okay, well, that's going to do it for today. Look for the next one. I'll probably have it running, and you can hear the new exhaust. So thanks for coming along with me.